Imagine two groups, the Rivarians and the Villagers. One embraces risk and thinks in probabilities, while the other avoids risk at all costs. Which group do you think is more likely to succeed in today's fast-paced world? Nate Silver's book, On the Edge, explores this fascinating divide. Chapter 1, From Poker Tables to Silicon Valley. Imagine you're playing poker and you're faced with a choice. You can either take $500 right now, no questions asked, or roll a dice. If you roll a 6, you win $5,000. Any other number, you get nothing. What would you do? Most people would take the $500, thinking it's the safe bet. But here's where Rivarian thinking comes in. If you calculate the expected value of rolling the dice, it's actually $833.33. How? Well, you have a 1 in 6 chance of winning $5,000, so that's $5,000. Divide by 6, $833.33. Suddenly, rolling the dice seems like the smarter choice, doesn't it? This kind of thinking isn't just for gamblers. It's the same approach that successful tech entrepreneurs use to make bold but calculated moves. Take Elon Musk, for example. When he invested almost all of his PayPal earnings into SpaceX and Tesla, many thought he was crazy. But Musk saw the potential payoff as worth the risk. He was thinking like a Rivarian, assessing the expected value of his decisions rather than just playing it safe. But the principles of Rivarian can apply to your life too. Maybe you're considering a career change or about starting a side hustle. By learning to think in terms of probabilities and expected value, you can make more informed decisions and spot opportunities others might miss. One of the most interesting aspects of Silver's book is how he describes the transformation of fields like poker and sports betting through analytical tools and algorithms. Gone are the days when poker success was all about having a good poker face. Today's top players are more likely to be math whizzes who can quickly calculate odds and expected values in their heads. But Silver argues that the best decision makers aren't just number crunchers. They also have high emotional intelligence. In poker, this means being able to read your opponents and adjust your strategy accordingly. In business, it might mean understanding market trends and consumer psychology. This blend of data-driven analysis and emotional intelligence is what sets apart the truly successful Rivarians. They're not just taking wild risks. They're making calculated bets based on a deep understanding of probabilities and human behavior. Chapter 2, The Ethics of Risk. What happens when risk-taking goes too far? Nate Silver doesn't just praise the Rivarian mindset. He also warns us about its potential pitfalls. Silver discusses the rapid development of artificial intelligence and how some tech companies are pushing the boundaries without fully considering the consequences. Imagine a startup that's developing an AI system for autonomous vehicles. They're under pressure to be first to market, so they decide to cut corners on safety testing. The potential payoff is huge, market dominance and billions in revenue. But the risk? Well, it could be catastrophic if the AI makes a wrong decision on the road. This is where Silver's critique of both Rivarian and Village mindsets comes into play. The pure Rivarian approach might say, take the risk, the potential rewards outweigh the dangers. The Village mindset, on the other hand, might argue, it's too risky, we should stick with human drivers. But Silver suggests that neither extreme is the right answer. Instead, he advocates for a balanced approach. Yes, we should be willing to take risks and innovate, but we also need to consider the ethical implications and potential societal impacts of our decisions. It's not just about personal gain or company profits. It's about responsible innovation. This brings us to an interesting concept from the book, marginal utility. In simple terms, it's the idea that the value we get from something decreases as we get more of it. Think about eating pizza. The first slice is amazing, the second is pretty good, but by the 10th slice, you're probably not enjoying it much at all. Now, apply this to risk-taking in high-stakes environments. A tech entrepreneur might be willing to take big risks early on when they have little to lose. But as their company grows and becomes more successful, the marginal utility of each additional risk decreases. At some point, the potential downsides start to outweigh the benefits. Silver argues that understanding this concept is crucial for ethical decision-making. It's not just about whether you can take a risk, but whether you should. Is the potential benefit worth the potential harm? Let's go back to our AI example. The company might stand to gain a lot by rushing their product to market. But what's the marginal utility of being first if it means putting lives at risk? At what point does the potential for harm outweigh the potential for profit? It's not just about teaching you how to take risks. It's about teaching you how to think about risks in a broader context. It's about understanding that our decisions don't exist in a vacuum. They have ripple effects that can impact entire industries, communities, and even societies. Chapter 3. Applying Reverian thinking to your life. First up is the idea of thinking probabilistically. This means considering multiple possible outcomes instead of just focusing on the best or worst case scenario. Imagine you're deciding whether to ask for a raise at work. Instead of just thinking, I'll either get it or I won't, try to estimate the probabilities. Maybe there's a 60% chance you'll get the full amount you're asking for, a 30% chance you'll get a smaller raise, and a 10% chance you'll be turned down completely. This approach gives you a more nuanced view of the situation and can help you make a more informed decision. Next, Silver emphasizes the importance of gathering and analyzing relevant information. This doesn't mean you need to become a data scientist overnight. It's about being curious and seeking out diverse perspectives. Before that raise conversation, you might research industry salary standards, talk to colleagues about their experiences, and honestly assess your own performance. The more informed you are, the better you can assess the risks and potential rewards. One key concept Silver introduces is understanding variance in decision-making. This is crucial for making smart choices. Let's use a simple example to illustrate this. Imagine you have two job offers. Job A offers a steady salary of $60,000 per year. Job B has a base salary of $50,000, but includes the potential for large bonuses that could push your total compensation up to $80,000 or more. At first glance, Job B might seem more appealing because of the higher potential payout. But here's where understanding variance comes in. How likely are those bonuses? How much could they vary from year to year? If the bonuses are highly unpredictable, you might face significant financial instability. On the other hand, if you're confident in your ability to earn those bonuses consistently, Job B could be the better choice. The key is recognizing that it's not just about the potential reward, but also about the range of possible outcomes. Here's some actionable tips for cultivating a more Reverian mindset in your personal and professional life. 1. Embrace uncertainty. Instead of always seeking certainty, get comfortable with probability. Practice phrases like, I'm 70% confident that. This mindset shift can help you make decisions even when you don't have all the information. 2. Keep a decision journal. Write down important decisions you make, along with your reasoning and the potential outcomes you considered. Review this periodically to see how your decision-making improves over time. 3. Seek out diverse perspectives. Actively look for viewpoints that challenge your own. This can help you spot blind spots in your thinking and consider a wider range of possibilities. 4. Practice calculated risk-taking. Start small. Maybe it's trying a new approach at work or investing a small amount in a new venture. The goal is to get comfortable with taking smart risks. 5. Learn from both wins and losses. Don't just celebrate your successes. Analyze your failures too. What can they teach you about assessing risk and making decisions? 6. Develop your analytical skills. You don't need to become a math whiz, but improving your ability to work with numbers and probabilities can be incredibly valuable. There are plenty of online resources and courses that can help with this. By incorporating these strategies into your life, you're not just improving your decision-making skills. You're developing a mindset that can help you spot opportunities others might miss and navigate uncertainty with confidence. If you enjoyed this summary, please subscribe to our channel.